In 1991, the world witnessed a conflict that redefined modern warfare. On August 2, 1990, Iraq's invasion of Kuwait shattered regional stability.
The international community reacted swiftly, condemning the aggression and demanding withdrawal.
Operation Desert Shield commenced, a massive buildup to protect Saudi Arabia. 34 nations formed a formidable coalition, facing Saddam Hussein's entrenched army. The UN resolution set a deadline: withdraw by January 15th or face military action. Iraq's forces fortified their positions, digging in across Kuwait and southern Iraq. Meanwhile, coalition forces trained relentlessly, preparing for an unprecedented desert campaign.
The coalition possessed a significant technological edge, from satellite intelligence to advanced weaponry.
As the deadline passed, the stage was set for Operation Desert Storm.
On January 17th, the air campaign began, targeting Iraqi air defenses. Baghdad's skies lit up as coalition air power struck critical targets.
Within days, the Iraqi Air Force was effectively neutralized or driven into hiding. Precision bombing crippled Iraqi command and control infrastructure. A critical mission was the hunt for Iraq's mobile Scud missile launchers. Coalition air forces quickly achieved complete air superiority, a crucial precursor to the ground war.
For weeks, continuous airstrikes systematically weakened Iraqi ground forces and their supply lines.
Psychological operations amplified the relentless aerial bombardment, encouraging Iraqi surrender. The coalition's audacious left-hook strategy aimed to bypass the heavily fortified Iraqi defenses. Elaborate deception operations kept Iraqi attention fixed on the Kuwaiti border. Moving hundreds of thousands of troops and their equipment across the desert was a monumental logistical feat. The diverse coalition trained and operated with remarkable unity and purpose. After 38-day air war, the ground assault was imminent. Facing them was Saddam's elite Republican Guard, equipped with Soviet-made T-72 tanks. Final orders were given, outlining the swift and decisive nature of the coming offensive. A critical mission was the hunt for Iraq's mobile Scud missile launchers. Coalition forces swiftly breached the formidable Iraqi defensive lines. A punishing artillery barrage preceded the main advance, pulverizing enemy strongholds.
The left hook was executed with astonishing speed, deep into Iraqi territory.
The first major tank engagements were now inevitable.
The M1A1 Abrams showcased its superior firepower and advanced targeting systems.
The Battle of 73 Easting exemplified the overwhelming coalition advantage.
Coalition thermal sights allowed them to engage Iraqi tanks effectively in low visibility and at night.
The T-72, while formidable in its day, was simply outclassed by the Abrams. Apache gunships provided crucial close air support, devastating Iraqi armored columns. The speed and maneuverability of the coalition ground advance were unparalleled. Faced with overwhelming force, Iraqi resistance quickly began to crumble. The Republican Guard attempted a desperate counteroffensive at Medina Ridge. Despite their resolve, the Republican Guard was decimated, suffering heavy losses.
Kuwait City was liberated, signaling the end of Iraqi occupation. The M1A1 Abrams showcased its superior firepower and advanced targeting systems. The M1A1 Abrams showcased its superior firepower and advanced targeting systems. The M1A1 Abrams showcased its superior firepower and advanced targeting systems.
Desert Storm's ground phase concluded with astonishing swiftness. Coalition casualties were remarkably low, a testament to planning and technology. The environmental scars of the oil fires would take years, even decades, to heal.
Desert Storm showcased the unparalleled effectiveness of modern military technology.
Smart weapons redefined precision warfare, minimizing collateral damage. Coalition casualties were remarkably low, a testament to planning and technology. The synergy of air and ground forces proved devastatingly effective.
Information warfare, from intelligence gathering to disrupting enemy communications, played a vital role.
While a military success, the broader geopolitical challenges persisted. Desert Storm remains a powerful case study in military history and modern combat. Our Stickman battles, though simplified, illuminate the stark realities of tank warfare in 1991.
Beyond the machines and strategies, it was the courage and sacrifice of the soldiers that defined the conflict.
International teams of firefighters faced monumental challenges to extinguish hundreds of wells. International teams of firefighters faced monumental challenges to extinguish hundreds of wells.
The war's immediate aftermath created a significant humanitarian crisis for Iraqi civilians and soldiers.
UN sanctions, aimed at weakening Saddam Hussein's regime, had lasting consequences.
No-fly zones were established to protect minority populations from Iraqi aggression.
Desert Storm heralded what some called a new world order in the post-Cold War era. The conflict demonstrated the shift from mass destruction to precision engagement. The lessons learned from M1A1 versus T-72 battles continue to influence tank design. The environmental scars of the oil fires would take years, even decades, to heal. Desert Storm was the ultimate proving ground for the air-land battle doctrine. Back home, populations watched the war unfold, captivated by its speed and intensity. The environmental scars of the oil fires would take years, even decades, to heal. Ultimately, all wars bear a heavy cost, beyond mere statistics.
We're moving the convoy here by nightfall.
Decisive leadership played a crucial role in orchestrating such a complex operation. The conflict offered invaluable lessons for military planners worldwide. The ground offensive ceased as victory was secured, and the region held its breath.
Iraqi forces struggled to execute an organized retreat under relentless pressure. Saudi Arabian forces played a vital role, defending their border and supporting the coalition.
The French Daguet Division executed its own swift flanking maneuver, securing objectives.
British Challenger tanks
demonstrated their formidable capabilities in decisive engagements.
Iraqi minefields and defensive obstacles posed initial, dangerous challenges.
Copy. Apache. Moving now.
Seamless communication and coordination between ground and air units were critical.
The battle for Al Busaya showcased urban combat challenges for advancing armor. The ability to rapidly extend supply lines fueled the swift ground advance. The ground offensive ceased as victory was secured, and the region held its breath. A precise ceasefire line was established, marking the new boundaries of peace. A process of prisoner exchange and repatriation began swiftly.
UN inspection teams were deployed to monitor Iraq's weapons programs.
Efforts immediately turned to restoring long-term regional stability. The conflict offered invaluable lessons for military planners worldwide.
We have decisively repelled the invaders.
The stark contrast between Iraqi state media and reality became a global spectacle.
Breaking developments today as troops secure the Northern Passage.
Live media coverage brought the war into homes, shaping public perception.
Women served in unprecedented roles, contributing significantly to the war effort.
For the veterans, Desert Storm's memories and lessons would last a lifetime.
The defensive Desert Shield transformed into the offensive Desert Storm, marking a pivotal shift.
The unified command and control structure proved exceptionally efficient.
Air power was not merely supportive, it was the decisive factor in shaping the battlefield.
The ability to rapidly extend supply lines fueled the swift ground advance. The vast international coalition demonstrated the potential of global cooperation. The lightning speed of the ground war shocked observers and combatants alike.
Many Iraqi units attempted to flee north towards Basra, facing relentless pursuit. Iraq's outdated air defense systems were utterly overwhelmed and ineffective. Tens of thousands of Iraqi vehicles and tanks lay destroyed across the battlefield.
With liberation came the immense task of rebuilding a ravaged Kuwait.
Despite military victory, Saddam Hussein remained in power, leaving a complex legacy. Desert Storm set a precedent for multinational military intervention in regional conflicts.
The conflict foreshadowed the digitally integrated battlefields of the 21st century. Even in victory, the psychological toll on combatants from both sides was profound.
Superior intelligence gathering and analysis proved indispensable for coalition success. Decades of defense investment culminated in the technological advantage seen in Desert Storm. Following the conflict, international humanitarian aid flowed into the affected regions. The foundational principle of air superiority was unequivocally validated. The harsh desert environment itself presented significant operational challenges to all forces. Never before had a conflict been so immediately and widely broadcast to a global audience. The Left Hook operation was a masterclass in strategic deception. The balance of power in tank warfare would continue to evolve, with new threats emerging.
Desert Storm marked a definitive end to the Cold War era
and its military paradigms.
For military academies, Desert Storm remains an indispensable case study in modern combined arms.
Beneath the flags and tanks, it was the human experience of war that truly defined this conflict. Desert Storm, a conflict that, for better